Hey, it's Ty with Cincy Diesel Repair. Today we're working on my old ambulance I turned into a service truck. And what it is, 97 E450 chassis, 7.3 Powerstroke, about 201,000 miles. And you guys can deal with the beeping. What I'm getting is, I was getting a real erratic idle. The motor was sounding like it was real under stress, and it was what it was doing from experience. And the sound is it was full fielding the injection pump. It was sending 3,000 psi, or commanding 3,000 psi from the pump, as if your foot was dead on the full throttle under load at idle, and then it would ramp back down and ramp back up. And the codes I was getting were a P1209, which is on the screen now, and that is injector control pressure peak data test fault. It's in the electrical for the ICP sensor, most likely. But the other two I were getting, I'm not getting it now because I've been messing with it, was a P1211 and even a P1210. P1211 is I'll write it on the screen here because my mind just went out. I'll write on there what it is. But let me show you what I just found. Okay, so let's go in here first. I'll show you what this thing's doing. Hopefully we can capture a little bit of this. Bear with me here. Man, the wind is blowing like crazy. It's warm, but weather sucks right now. This is auto ingenuity I'm using right now just because I like it. I mean, the Ford software is always a little better for certain things, but okay, so I got my ICP pressure and my injector control pressure duty cycle, which is the IPR percentage, open or closed. Let's start this thing. So it's always off a little bit. Here's the startup of the engine. So I go up. Right now, it's running where I want to see it. That's exactly what I want to see. Now, what it was doing is this would actually ramp up to 3,000 psi, and this was dropping down to 4%, trying to pull some of that away. And then it would drop down. This would go to about 300, and this would go to like 15, 16. But let me show you what I figured out here, and I'm only hoping that it'll pick up on the sound. So here's my ICP sensor right here. As soon as I touch the wire, notice what happens. We get a different tone of sound from the engine. If I wiggle the wires, you can tell the motor's responding to what I'm doing with the wires of this thing. Right there, hear that? Here it almost died. It might have thrown a code on that one. So you can see it's the wiring. Let's go look at the codes real quick. Let's see if it threw the code. I gotta refresh it. No, it didn't throw it. But you can tell what's going on here. Let me shut this off. Okay, so you pull the plug out. I got no oil in the plug. And also, this sensor I put in about a year ago. So it's good. It's a Ford sensor. But if you look at the plug, look at the wires. They're all... the heat that's trapped in these van chassis, we have wiring problems with these all the time. But look at how much oil it saturated this pigtail here, or the weather pack connector here, and swelled it all up. So what I got going on is in this connector. So let me show you the remedy for that. Okay, so next day, we got it fixed. We got a new pigtail on there. I still got to heat shrink the connectors and everything. I got heat shrink tube on there, got to do that. We got a brand new pigtail on there, and notice the wires are all one color, so when you cut the old one off, you just have to match them up. You know, just hold it like this and match up wire to wire. I'm gonna get inside here because the wind is blowing like crazy and it's gonna be hard to hear. Yeah, look how much oil was pushed up into these wires. I mean, you can if you grab a hold of one of these good, you can strip the wire by hand. I mean, they're just, look at that, the oil just oozing out of them. So that connector was shot. And come over here, I got parts laid out while I was looking for it. Diesel care parts is where I had connectors from, the pigtails. Dieselcareparts.us. I know you can also get them at dieseltruckparts.com. I think I got that right. But you can find them out there. New pigtail harnesses. Like this one, you know, the other one was from the same company. It had all green wiring. This one's got blue, red, and black. But it's still not going to correspond with the factory color. So you got to watch when you splice them together. Make sure you get the right wires. So anyhow, we got that done. Let's start it up. Make sure I plugged it back in. Plug it in here, and I'll come back and heat shrink it and put everything back together. And this is the first time it's been started today. This is the next day, so we'll see if it's gonna do it. It'll do it here. Okay. Yep, it's running smooth for a cold start. The pressure and the IPR are pretty much where I want them to be. Actually, you know what? Hold on. This thing might still be in a default a bit here. Let me clear the codes out, because we got an injector ICP code in there for where I had it unplugged. There we go. Just to see. Alright. Same numbers. So, but it's running a lot smoother. I don't have nearly the smoke on startup. So for being cold, this is where we want to see the IPR. Anywhere 10 to 13 in that range, and then when it warms up, this should come down a little, maybe 8 to 10%. And I mean, yeah, you gotta remember, this truck's running on, I've probably got at least 3 fairly wore out injectors, so my numbers might be off a little bit, but all in all, it hasn't run this smooth in a long time. No service lights. Of course, you saw me clear them, but that check engine light will go away if you have a bad IPR. And I can tell you, that many miles on a ambulance, you might as well change that 2 to a 4. That's how hard these motors are run. This baby's, it's tired, but it just keeps on going. I hope this helped, and I'll try to get this uploaded as soon as I can instead of waiting around. But ICP problem, just another one in the books.